What is up, guys? Patrick from NintenTalk here, back with another discussion video, and this isn't going to be a normal discussion video. Lately, I've been putting out videos with gameplay in the background and just me kind of voicing it over, but today I figured I would bring some visual elements to kind of get the conversation going in a different kind of direction. And today I wanted to talk about a very interesting topic, and I really have not seen anyone talk about this, and it's about an actual, dying video game genre. And we really haven't had a lot about that. Like, back in the day, actually even a few years ago, people were talking about how 3D platformers might be on their way out and how it's kind of a dated genre. But this genre actually is, I think, almost dead. And that's the on-the-rails shooting genre. Whether it be like a Star Fox game or simply like the arcade games. Back in the day, I loved going to arcades. And you had basically three mainstays in an arcade. You have the racing games, which, you go in the little booth and, even the more modern ones, they kind of like move around and it's kind of, it brings you more into the racing game, which I think is really cool. I still like going to arcades now and again. So, and then of course you have the joystick button mashing arcade fighting games. Really fun. Used to do that a lot back in the day. And then you have the on-the-rails shooting games. And if you go to any arcade now, Dave & Buster's, any modern arcade, the throwback ones, you're going to find an on-the-rails shooting arcade game in that arcade. So I wanted to really bring up this topic because, of course, Star Fox is one of my favorite genres owned by Nintendo. But I've really started to collect for the on-the-rails shooting genre, and the console that did it the best, I think, because you had the old PlayStation, you could buy the peripherals with the light gun and stuff like that, but I think the Wii, and right here, guys, the Wii Zapper, I actually like this accessory. It's pretty bizarre. You have your Wiimote here. Let me try and zoom it. You have your Wiimote here, and it's connected to your nunchuck there. Trigger in the front. The Wii was literally made for these kind of games. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about, it's essentially the games that the environment moves around you and all you do is kind of aim to the screen and just shoot. The Wii did it perfectly, like I said before. So I have a few games that I want to highlight. But I just wanted to bring up the fact that it's kind of a weird topic. You never really hear about video game genres dying. You hear about franchises, you hear about other things. And I think that the on-the-rails genre is so... I think we're in a time now where a lot of people want as much freedom as possible. Of course, all the new modern games are open world. Even Zelda has taken that approach, which not a lot of people thought that would happen. And even shooting games now, even Call of Duty is getting more fleshed out, where there's a lot more exploration in it. And I feel like people want more and more freedom, customizing characters, even building worlds, Minecraft's, Lego worlds that just came out recently. So I think that video game and, the newer games, customization is definitely a big selling point for people. So I think that on the rails, you're kind of limited in what you're really able to do because the environment is moving around you and you can only shoot so many people and so many targets. So I think that's why this genre is kind of on the way out. Of course, Star Fox is still an active franchise. The one on the Wii U, which not a lot of people like. I do, however. That was pretty poorly received, but that was for a completely different issue. That was control based. So I think that there is some hope for this genre if someone wants to step up and really do it. I think that with the Joy-Con, this could be possible that Nintendo could revive this genre a little bit. Maybe put out a really good Star Fox game or maybe an on-the-rails shooting game. Maybe a nice throwback like that would work. But let's get back to the Wii. This is what I use. There are a lot of different, there's some accessories that are cut off right here. And it's just the pistol. I like using the Wii Zapper because you can control your guy with this sometimes. Some games let you move around. I wanted to highlight a few games because I've been, like I said before, I've been collecting for this genre. The first game is Link's Crossbow Training. This actually came with the Wii Zapper, so you can still buy this. I think it was $20. for the game and the Wii Zapper. And at first I thought this game was just going to be like a target practice, but there's actually like a lot of different modes that you can do. Each target that you hit in a row gives you a consecutive bonus, so it's very much like a score attack. There are levels where you can kind of move Link around, which I think are really cool. This game really surprised me. This is one of the most underrated games for the Wii, and this would be a nice kind of gateway into this genre. So you can actually buy this and the Wii Zapper, I believe, for 20 bucks, 25 bucks, even brand new on Amazon right now. The next game, and I actually played this in arcades back in the day. I remember this game in the arcades back in the day, and this is Ghost Squad. So Ghost Squad is a on-the-rails shooter, of course, and it's pretty ridiculous. I'm looking at the back of this now. You can go into a panda costume. It's ridiculous, but essentially it is the classic shoot the bad guys, don't shoot the hostages. I must say about this genre though, the graphics aren't that great, but it's more about the gameplay. It's more about experiencing everything. This game's pretty cool too because you can choose different paths within the level. You can either go this way or this way, so there is a ton of replayability. I don't know, it's just a really fun game. These games aren't that expensive either. I think all these games that I'm going to show you are about 10 bucks. The next game that I wanted to show, not a lot of people know about these games, but this is Dead Space Extraction. Hope you guys can see this. And this game, rated M. Let's see if no, that was rated teen. But this is rated M, one of the few Wii games that were rated M. And this is an on-the-rails shooter. This game's a little bit scary for the people that don't like horror games. I wouldn't really consider it a horror game. It's more of an atmospherical thriller, I guess you would say. Yeah, this game supports the Wii Zapper like all of these do. Really good story. This is story heavy, so if you're going into it expecting a shooting arcade game, this probably isn't the game for you, but it is very story heavy. It is a very good story, by the way. I think this game was about 10 bucks as well. And I think the holy grail of on-the-rails shooting games, this is the House of the Dead 2 and 3. It's kind of weird that they didn't include the first one, but I don't know. This was also made by Sega. This is Sega. EA was Dead Space, and Sega actually for Ghost Squad too. So Sega, come on, bring back the on-the-rails games. But yeah, House of the Dead 2 and 3. I wouldn't say that it's scary, but it's definitely more on the cheesy side. The acting is pretty laughable. I was playing this the other night with one of my friends, and we were just laughing the whole time. This is super good fun. Like, if you guys want to try these games out, if you still have your Wii U, I mean, that's an excuse to play your Wii U right there. But House of the Dead 2 and 3, such a good game. And these are, like I said before, they're really inexpensive. It's just a fun time. Like, you and a friend can get on the TV, and the Wii Zapper is like perfect for this. Of course, you don't need the Wii Zapper, but it's definitely a better peripheral to play these games. So I would definitely recommend these games. But I just wanted to share with you guys today some of the games that I've been into. Started collecting for the Wii quite a bit. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you guys can start getting into on-the-rails games. They are pretty cheap, and it'll save you some quarters in the arcade. Anyway, guys, this is Patrick from NintenTalk. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hit subscribe if you like. Give a like to the video if you thought it was rad, and I will see you guys later. Bye.